Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming to my channel, D versus Debt. This is D. It's Savings Challenge Sunday, however, I have no money to save. So even though yesterday was payday, between all these unexpected expenses that have popped up with my car, and then I also have Mother's Day, my niece's college graduation, literally there is no money to stuff or to save. So what I'm going to do instead is some DIY projects to share with you and give you some ideas. So today I'm going to share an alternate version of the 100 envelope challenge. So if you're not familiar with the 100 envelope challenge, first of all, let me show a popular container for those. So this I got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 now. At the time it was $1. And so what you'll see is it's stuffed full of these little envelopes. So people take envelopes and number them 1 through 100, and then whatever envelope they draw, so like let's say for the example this one says $23 or the number 23, then you would put $23 into there, stuff it, and then just keep going down the line. When you fill all 100 envelopes, you have a total of $5,050 saved. That's amazing and it's very exciting, and I do like to watch people do it, but for myself I know that challenge doesn't work because I just don't have $5,000 no matter how hard I squeeze my budget. Right now it's just not possible. So I wanted to come up with a more affordable version of it. So for me, instead of numbering it 1 through 100, what I thought I would do is to use these yard sale stickers that I found at Dollar Tree. So for $1.25 you get a total of 360 stickers. They range from everything from 50 cents, 25 cents, make an offer, all the way up. So on the back it tells you the number it has. So for example, according to this package, but I didn't find them in here, I just found blank stickers, it says there are 24 $20 pieces, 41 $1 stickers, so on and so forth. So you can basically customize it to yourself. So one of the hangups that I have with the 100 envelope challenge is that it's very bulky. So for myself, I only have an ATM in town that I can bank out of because there's no local branch to my bank, and that ATM only spits out $20. So for example, doing an envelope that was $39 or pulling envelope number 39, I would have to have a $20 bill, a $10 bill, a $5 bill, and 4 $1 bills, and then I would have to cram it into the envelope. So I would have to be making a lot of change, and for me change is really hard to come by here. Again, all I can work with are 20s, and so it's really hard for me to go out and find a bank that's willing to give me change without charging me fees. So I thought it would be much easier to have the stickers say, you know, just $10, just $5, just $1, so that there's only one bill going into each one. So I might have 10 $10 envelopes, 25 envelopes, 25 $1 envelopes, so on and so forth. So I can basically customize a challenge to be for myself. So I personally can't do $5,050, but I might be able to tackle a $1,000 challenge. And so using the stickers, I could decide what denominations I want to use for my stickers. I could also get creative with them. So for example, this one says 25 cents. I could just cut off the cent sign and it's $25 that I would save. Same thing for the 50-cent one. If I pulled a $50 envelope, I would cry. Anything over $20 is just too much for me to work with. But, you know, this is up to you and your budget and how you want to do it. But there are blank ones, and I think you can have fun with it. So for example, here, the make offer one gave me an idea that with the blank ones, you might be like, you know, free pass one time that you pull an envelope, and that means you don't have to save money. Or you can write in $100 and, you know, that's the one $100 envelope in there. However you want to do it, I like that there's blank cards so that you can completely customize it for yourself. And again, decide exactly how much money you want to go into each one. So first of all, for the containers themselves, again, this one was from the Dollar Tree. I bought it back when it was still $1, and I noticed they disappeared. They're a hot commodity. So I don't know if you'll be able to find them at your Dollar Trees, but for mine, I bought a couple and then they were gone and I never saw any again in the Dollar Trees here in this area. I went on the hunt and looked in other places, and I found one at Goodwill. So this one was 50 cents. It had some other stuff in there. That stuff got dumped out, and so I can use it. However, you'll notice it's shaped differently. So the measurements are different. The envelopes that I would have to make for this one are going to be different than this one. And that's also important because another hang up that I have, this is a personal trigger of mine. When I see these 100 envelope challenges and they're stuffed, I notice they're always at an angle. And I don't like that. So for me, I made the measurements exact to the container so that they all line up perfectly and that they're not like crooked and that they line up nicely. That's, you know, a certain quirk of mine. Also with the dimensions, I made sure that the money would fit inside. A lot of these people that do the 100 envelope challenge have the money poking out at the top. So for example, let me show you what I'm talking about. They stuff it so that there's a little bit of money popping out at the top so that you can see which envelopes are filled and which ones are empty, which is nice visually. However, for me, that gives me anxiety because to me, it's like, hey, here's a box full of money, come and get it. So I like to hide the fact that there's money in there, so I make sure that the cash fits completely inside. This particular one I had found at Walmart during the back to school clearance sales. At the time, it was only 25 cents. I was thrilled. And I had used this for my New Year savings challenge, the one with the unicorns. At the time, I was able to fit 12 envelopes into here comfortably, but some of those envelopes had more than one bill in there, so they were pretty puffy. So if you're just using one bill, I'm assuming you can fit maybe like 20, 25 envelopes on here. But again, it depends on how you're doing the challenge and how much money you're stuffing into each little envelope. Another idea that I liked, and you can use the printable that I gave away on yesterday's Freebie Friday video. You can print out this particular 24 envelope challenge and shrink it down or expand it however you want. And then you can kind of pop it into the top of yours. So for example, for mine, I could just trim in closer along the border instead of leaving the little decorative border. And this would literally fit on the top. So I'd have all my envelopes lined up and then I could fit this on top. And like, let's say this is my $1 row, my $5 row, my $10 row, 25, however it is you want to do your rows. And I pull the $5 bill. Well, then I would color in one of the envelopes from my $5 row. So again, completely customize it to whatever system works for you. But if you want this printable, just make sure you go back to my Freebie Friday video, print it out, and then you can resize it to use however you want in your own box. So the way that I created mine, and I'm gonna leave the link to these particular laminating sheets because I love them. They're 5x7. I'm going to leave them in my description box down below. Basically what I did is I cut down a sheet of paper. It was a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet that I had found at Hobby Lobby. The regular price, it was 59 cents, but I got it when it was 50% off, which is every other week. So I got a sheet for 30 cents. However, I was trying to be fancy and matchy-matchy with my background. If you don't want fancy paper, any old paper will do, or cardstock that you have in hand. The reason I wanted mine to all look exactly the same is because I'm a cheater. I'm going to remember which pattern had the $1 stickers in them, which patterns had the $20, and I'm going to avoid the big ones and always go for the little ones. So I wanted to make sure that they were all exactly the same to keep me from cheating and to have it always be a surprise and a mystery. So I cut it down to 2.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall, but again, the size of your paper is going to depend on the size of your container. So you're going to customize it to the size since they're all different sizes. So what I do then is I cut 4 pieces. These 4 pieces are going to turn into the 2 envelopes. So I lay the 2 pieces down. So let's use these. And what I do then is I put the stickers on the inside of the envelope, because I don't want to know the number until I draw the envelope so that it's a complete surprise. So let's say that this is going to be a $10 envelope. I'm going to put it here. And this is going to be a $5 envelope. I'm going to put it here. And then I'll put the other cover pieces on top of it. What's going to happen when I run this through the laminator is that now when I pull from my box and I just grab an envelope, since they all look the same, I won't know how much I have to put into it until I open it up. So I don't know if you can see the fact that this is a $5 envelope. So when you pop it open, it's like, oh, it's 5. So a $5 bill goes into here. This one is a $10 envelope, and so on and so forth. I would never know until I pull the actual envelope, since they're all completely identical on the outside. So I line these up. Remember, this is the top part, this is the bottom part. On the inside is a sticker, and I put it up towards the top so when I squeeze the envelope, I can see the number. So I put it up to the top of the laminating sheet. And then anchor it into the side so that it holds it in, so that the paper is not loose and sliding around when I feed it into the laminator. And then this one goes on the other side. So with this one, since there's nothing holding it in, I have to kind of pinch it and feed it into my laminator while I'm kind of holding on to this. That way, again, it doesn't slide. The reason I put it up towards the top is so that I remember when I'm cutting it, the top here is where I want to slice it all the way open so that I can squeeze it and see the sticker. So I will remember not to cut it open down here, because the sticker is located up here. So let me go ahead and feed this into the laminator. So here it is. I'm going to edit out the sound of my chanclas as I ran across the house, and you can hear like flip flop, flip flop, flip flop as I was trying to race my way over there. But basically the way I like to cut it is with this particular paper cutter, because it has a wire and it lets me know exactly where I cut. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna do both, but I just want to show you kind of how quick and easy it is to trim it down. And then remember, this one is where the seal is to the sticker, and I want to cut it open to be able to reveal the sticker inside. So there it is. This one is a $10 envelope. So all these materials will be listed in the description box down below. So if you enjoyed this content, please make sure to show your support by liking, subscribing, commenting. And if you are so inclined, I now have the super thanks button available. So by clicking on the little icon in the like menu that is in the shape of the heart that says thanks, you are able to leave a tip. If you've made it this far into the video, please let me know by leaving a comment with an envelope, any envelope emoji in your comment. That is very much appreciated, and it goes with the envelope theme of this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.